My name is Angelo Gingerelli, and this is my video submission to speak at TEDx Asbury Park in May 2019. As you saw in my bio, I'm a stand-up comic, I'm a writer, I'm a big local arts and music fan, and what I found out is to be involved in that world and to really put yourself out there, you have to introduce an element of chaos into your life. And I got this idea early in 2018. I was on a lineup, I was actually in Eatontown, and one of the comics before me talked about he had a lot of friends that were public school teachers who had retirement plans, health insurance, very good job security, weren't working a ton of hours, and yet still very unhappy with their lives. And when I was on stage that night, I kind of had the idea that it isn't always security and certainty that makes us happy. To some extent, we need to introduce chaos and chaotic elements and the unknown into our lives as human beings to be happy. And I think part of it is the natural state of human beings until about 100 years ago was constant chaos, constant fighting for survival, constantly jumping into the unknown to kind of advance the human race. In the last century, that's kind of calmed down a little bit, right? We've in this part of the world, we've conquered hunger, we've conquered a lot of diseases, we've conquered the weather and the climate to some extent. We have air conditioning, heat, stuff like that. So our bodies aren't being physically pushed the way they had to just to survive, say, anytime up to 100 years ago in human development. So now we're doing it voluntarily, right? So you think about the accountant that spends all day in a climate-controlled office making a salary with a pension, who voluntarily leaves that environment every night to go do jujitsu or to train to run a Tough Mudder or to do a triathlon and kind of introduce that kind of uncertainty into his or her life. Or you look at that public school teacher that spends 6-7 hours a day in a classroom, the climate's controlled, the salary's controlled, the pension or benefits are controlled, but then voluntarily leaves that very controlled, orderly environment to DJ or to pursue a music career or to pursue stand-up comedy or to act in plays and do local theater. And I think when you introduce that kind of uncertainty into your life, you really find that the peak happiness you can as a human being of that kind of dichotomy and that balance between having your financial, your shelter, your food, your water and needs met by the orderly way in which society is developed, and then that voluntarily introducing that chaotic, uncertain, unknown element into your life. So again, my name is Angelo Gingerelli. Just a heads up, I cannot come to the open audition on December 12th. I'm already booked at an Asbury Park Press Storytellers event that night, but I can be at the one in January, and I really hope to hear from you guys again. Again, that's Angelo Gingerelli. You have all my contact information. Thank you very much for your time.